Okay guys, well this is one of the later things that I've fixed recently. I didn't actually video this, it was a little bit of a rush job and we just had to get the job done. But I thought I'd share what was wrong with this pinball machine, what initially happened with it, and yeah, we'll just take a bit of a look at it, see what's inside it, so that if you come across one of these machines, this may help you a little bit. And the high score on there, which is 414, is thanks to my son Simo that got that score after we got this together. So let's take a bit of a look inside. Okay, we've removed the glass from the top, and I'll just give you this. Sorry about the ratty camera work, but anyway, there's the name of the machine. Okay, so there's the machine itself. Now this one has been modified. Here, no coins. We just press buttons to get it working. Let's have a bit of a look inside, and let's lift the top off, and I'll show you a little bit about the solenoids, so forth. Okay, now under here, lots of lights, lots of solenoids. You can see the two solenoids both there and there. They're for your flippers on the side. Various solenoids to activate your plungers on top. So, lots of lights, more solenoids. So not much to the wiring side. Well, lots of wiring, but not much to it under there. So that's it. So, a couple of things. There's a solenoid up in here, which is your ball return. Now, I will fill you in on what this was doing in just a moment. So, okay, that's underneath. We'll now have a little bit of a look at the brains up top. Right. As you can see behind the scoreboard, not a hell of a lot. Some wiring for lights and the actual display modules themselves. And there's a chip there, a 4043, a BCD, standard BCD counter, BCD to a segment counter. And on that particular one was faulty. It wasn't showing a display. That's the only thing that was wrong with it. These are also prone to, on those plugs, for dry joints. They're very prone to dry joints. Okay, in the back we have over here a standard transformer rectifier type power supply. Now, we had to replace this fella. We had a shorted bridge which kept blowing F4 on the control board, on the power supply board there. So that fixed that problem. Mind you, there was other problems. There's your computer board. I'm pretty sure we didn't have anything to do with this board, but I think it's your light drivers, so forth, for your flashing lights, and power supply and solenoid drivers. Now up in here is high voltage supply for your displays over here. These are run on 190 volts, and we replaced the cap. We also replaced those 3 transistors in there, which were all shorted. Don't really know why, but that got our regulation of 190 volts back and now runs perfectly. Down here, that row of tip, I don't know, I forget what the original ones were. Stand by. Okay, well, those transistors are the solenoid drivers. You've got Q1 to Q19. They are solenoid drivers. Now, the solenoids drive the thumpers, your flippers, so forth, your ball return. Now, all that was sort of working, but there was about 6 things that weren't. There's also solenoids on the chimes underneath this unit to make your musical sounds, and that wasn't working. So the transistors, which were these originally, we can't get a focus on that, but they were 585-34. Now that's what's in the book, and we replaced them with tip 120s, which is a Darlington transistor, and they're a perfect match for replacing the solenoid drivers right along the bottom. Okay, so that got most of the things working. Then we were confronted with the solenoid that ejects the ball, which is, we'll go back down here, which is that fellow in there, and he flips the ball out back up to your plunger, and so you can play your ball. That fellow was constantly on, running red hot, so chased it back to the chip that drives these fellas. Now, it was Q4 that was running hot, and it was this little chip up here. Now, that is a 6 transistor array driven by a 16 to 4 out BCD, goes over here to this fella, and he's more or less a 6 transistor buffer. One was faulty, one of them was shorted, and hence turning the transistor on all the time. So what we did there, as you can see, a little bit of modification. We put in a discrete transistor. Can I get a good shot of this? And fed him straight to the transistor below. And yeah, that's how we got around the one transistor array that wasn't working in this chip. Just a discrete transistor, emitter to ground. It's just a collector goes onto here and grounds the base of the transistor. And I think this fella was we put in a BC 328 or something like that from memory. Well, I should have recorded this for you. Would have been a little bit better. But anyway, you can see the modification that we had to do just to get around that, rather than chase up a chip which I couldn't find quickly on the net. So that then got everything working. The last thing we did was changed the 4043 down in there to get the final display working. So there it is. I just thought you guys may be interested in a couple of modification and a couple of repairs of this. The power supply has had another, in just a minute I'll get in here, the other bridge over here has already been replaced. There's one in the centre there that hasn't been replaced, and I put a heavy duty a 10 amp bridge in there, so sort of a little bit of an upgrade for that. So there we go. Strikes and spurs pinball machine. That's what there is to it. If you have a problem with these, we've got a manual that we did get off the internet. So there is good backup on this, actually, for the internet. On the internet, you can download a full service manual, programming manual, everything for it. So it was quite straightforward to fix. It's great doing old machines like this. Really, really good. Okay, guys, that's it for now. So until the next vid, which probably won't be far away, we'll catch you later. Please, if you like the video, give us a like. If you love us and you want to follow us, subscribe and click that bell so we can notify you when the next video goes up. Okay then, bye for now.